Now, as the race for the November 16th governorship election in Ondo State gathers momentum, the All Progressives Congress now has a candidate. The governor of Kogi State and chairman of the primary election organizing committee, Usman Ododo, declared the incumbent governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, as the winner of the party's primary. Governor Aiyedatiwa scored 48,569 votes to defeat his closest challengers, Mayowa Akinfolarin, who got 15,343 votes, and Olusola Oke, who polled 14,915 votes. Governor Aiyedatiwa clinched 16 out of the 18 local government areas of the state. So Lucky Aiyedatiwa is the flag bearer of APC for the election. Let's share that moment with you.
By the power conferred on the committee and in line with the APC guidelines for the nomination of candidates of the party in the general election, I, Ahmed Usman Ododo, the executive governor of Kogi State and the chairman of the committee and the returning officer of the Ondo State APC governorship primary election held on the 20th day of April 2024, hereby declare that Lucky Aiyedatiwa, having satisfied the requirement of the law and scored the highest number of lawful votes cast in the direct primary election conducted on the 20th day of April 2024 in Ondo State, is hereby returned elected, and he is declared the winner of the Ondo State APC governorship primary election in this day, 20th day of April 2024.
I therefore request that we all join hands together in building the future that we all yearn for in Ondo State. There is infrastructure to be built, better health services to be delivered, justice to be served, qualitative education to be ensured, civil servants to be trained and motivated, security of lives and property to be ensured, and the architecture strengthened, enabling business environment to be created for business to thrive and to also attract investors.
The governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, speaking there. Ike, let's come to you on this. So, are you surprised with the outcome of the primaries, or you saw this coming?
Yeah, I definitely saw this coming. I knew when, but I thought that Akinfolarin will come second.
Why so?
Yeah, because it looked formidable, but sometimes some variables come in that can turn somebody capable of winning an election to and also run. So I thought that Akinfolarin, former finance commissioner, will come second, but his performance was very poor. He didn't even feature in the top 4. I can't fully explain what happened, but people have told me that he was banking heavily on the support of the Team Hakiti, whereas the governor was looking for votes from everywhere. He patronized those who had been who had not been patronized at all by the late governor for 7 years. He brought them closer. He patronized elements in the Akiti camp. He spread his tentacles wide to draw support from the different tendencies. I think also that Akinfolarin, who came second with 15,343 votes, surprised me. The Minister of Interior was previously supporting him, but I think at the last minute he switched to the government.
Pull the plug, yeah.
The leadership of a party would want to see an incumbent governor get his ticket because, look, the elections are still several months away.
Right.
And if the incumbent governor does not take the ticket, you can't be sure that it will not work against the party. And if an incumbent works against the party with the resources at his disposal, you are in trouble. So they will try to do their best, rally support for the incumbent. After all, he has just 4 years before he goes to another zone. So I expected Aiyedatiwa to win. But frankly, I thought that Akinfolarin would do much better, but it didn't even feature in the top 4. Aiyedatiwa came first, then Akinfolarin second, and Olusola Oke third, and Jimoh Ibrahim fourth. Jimoh Ibrahim boasted on TV that none of the candidates can outspend him. I think he has seen now that it's not money alone that wins elections.
Right.
It is not wraparound alone that wins elections. You have to do
Much more than that.
and the people must trust you.
Absolutely.
And when you lose an election in this manner, getting just a fraction of the votes that the winner got,
9,000.
it sends a clear signal that the people do not trust you. Yes, the election may not have been perfect,
Right.
you know, but at the end of the day, yes, there are protests here and there. We cannot dismiss those protests, but most elections in our country
Tend to go this way.
tend to go the same way. They are never perfect. We've not reached that point.
Right.
Now, the governor needs to do his best.
To unify everyone.
Yes, bring the aggrieved people closer. People like Olusola Oke son. He is strong. He has shown that he's strong. He defeated the governor in his local government. You know, the governor lost 2 local governments. He defeated the governor in his local government. So that someone is a serial contestant. You have to try and bring him close.
Right.
Akinfolarin, I'm really impressed. You know, he was a 2-time House of Reps member, former Deputy Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly. He's contested elections 8 times and won 5 times. That's a good record, and it shows that his people like him. For him to come second in an election as keenly contested, as important as this, that means he's won for the future.
Right. GK, to have your own perspective on this now, BK will talk about unifying everybody so that they can have a common goal, a common purpose. What would you say should be the governor's, that's the incumbent, right, the flag bearer of the APC, what should be his approach to unifying all aggrieved members? Because some are already still claiming that the elections didn't hold. Some of them, their supporters didn't take part of the elections, and all of that grievances. What do you think the governor can do to ensure every party is reconciled to a cause?
Well, this is the first step in a relay. It's not the governor yet. It's the governor right now. He's not being elected back to second term. So he's going to need every soldier in his party to do this. So he cannot afford to make enemies of those who have structures within the confines of the party. Of course, you and I know that 1 year can make a big difference, even 6 months, in the politics of his state. And who would have guessed that Lucky the governor would have been the Aiyedatiwa, would be the candidate of the party today. Just last year, even when Aketi was down. And people thought the Aketi team had everything wrapped up. This goes to show that most power structures are tied to individuals or ideals. Once the central point is no longer there, they normally tend to fizzle out. Because I wish some of them have spent more time on going to the people, like he said, people like Ibrahim. People will have spent more time relating with the people on the grassroots than to start telling them what's the definition of strategies and how can I vote everybody how to make money. This, of course, is to be an eye-opener. Because, like I said, those who have spiritual inclination will tell you that this only God will determine who's going to be the next governor of the state. Right. And he has won the primary. His job now, like you asked, is this. As much as possible, because not everybody will come back on board. I want to guarantee that. Maybe you can get 70-80% of those who contested against him to come back to the fold and move together. Then all things being equal, able to win. But even having said that, the Ondo politics is always very, very dynamic. This is the only state in the last few years that have gone against the norm. Usually when they are picking candidates for the same thing applied to Aketi himself, when the structure of the party was for somebody else. So he must learn from history and then know that what happened to his predecessor will be a lesson to anybody. That simply because you have power today does not translate that power is finite. Along the line, something will happen.
Power is transcendent. Absolutely.